Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and if you're new, my name is Alissa, and today I'm going to be telling you guys my labor and delivery story. So I'm going to start about 2 days before my due date. I was feeling like crap. I decided I needed to go to the hospital, so I went up there and I was having contractions pretty consistently, but they weren't that strong. And I was only at a 1, almost 2. So after walking the halls for 2 whole hours, which was not fun, they decided to send me home. So 2 days after that was my due date. I had a doctor's appointment that day, and I went in still only at a 2, barely effaced. And if you don't know what that means, I'm going to put the definition right here. So my doctor's policy is if you're not in labor by your due date, for safety precautions, they induce me at 41 weeks. So I was set to go in on March 26th and start the Cervidil that night, and the Pitocin the next morning. So I go in at about 8 o'clock that night and we start the Cervidil. I think I did 2 rounds of it, and it really didn't do anything for me. I think I went from like 25% effaced to 50%, and I was still only at 2 centimeters. So not much change, and I was pretty disappointed about that, but they say that's usually how it goes. At about 5 o'clock that morning, my doctor came in there and woke me up. Literally, I had finally fallen asleep, and I was like, you're kidding, right? They woke me up. And he was like, we're going to break your water. Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready.
Who's going to be ready for that? So he breaks my water and basically starts talking about how if I just want to opt out, I can get a C-section, or if this doesn't hurry along, I'm going to get a C-section. He had to be pretty worried, and I don't really think that's how that's supposed to be, but that's what he was saying. So once they broke my water, they then started the Pitocin, and they were upping the dosage every 15 minutes. And pretty quickly the Pitocin started giving me contractions, and they were pretty painful right away. Finally, around 10 or 11 o'clock, I decided I was going to get IV meds, and so they gave me the IV meds, and I felt pretty good for about 15 minutes. I'm also going to insert in a clip of me on the IV meds. Instant, huh? I mean, I'm still hurting, but... So after about 30 minutes, I could no longer handle it. So I asked for an epidural. By the time they came in there and got me all set up, it had been about an hour, and there was no breaks for my contractions whatsoever. I mean, they were up, and once they got up, they really weren't coming down at all at that point. So that was not fun. It took them about 20 minutes to get it in and get everything situated, and I was feeling pretty good about 5 minutes after. I could still feel things, which I didn't think you really could. I still had a little bit of pain, but it was a lot better than what I was going through at the time. After about 10 minutes, 3 nurses came in. They seemed pretty concerned, and they said they had to flip me. So they rolled me over to my right side, and they rolled me back, and then they rolled me again. And I could just tell that something was going on. It was the baby's heart rate. She was not doing very well, like pretty stressed out. The nurse asked me what I was when I was checked, and I was like, I was a 3, maybe a 4 is what the last nurse told me. So she goes, let's just check you just to be on the safe side. I just got checked right after the epidural, so 10 minutes before, and the nurse goes, wow, I think you're ready to push. So within 10 minutes, I went from a 3 almost a 4 to a 9 almost a 10. I was freaking out at that point. They put the oxygen mask on me, and I was literally having a full-on attack. Like, I just could not even fathom that that was happening. They send the doctor in, and the doctor checks me and goes, "Oh, you have a little bit more thing out to do. Tad bit more. So I'll be back soon." The nurses also informed me, "We're just going to let you labor down," which basically means let your body naturally push yourself more into labor so you're not wearing yourself out, pushing too early. I started feeling a lot of pressure, and so I told my Aunt Melinda, "Can you please go get my nurse? I really think it's time to push." So she came in and she decided it was time. So me, my husband Jordan, my Aunt Melinda, the nurse, and the student nurse were all in there, and we pushed for about 30 minutes, I would say. And then once I was crowning, the doctor came in, and I maybe pushed once or twice for the doctor, and he realized that the cord was wrapped around her neck. And so we had to stop. He had to cut the cord, and he said it was very, very tight around her neck. He had to cut the cord, and she came out. For the cord being wrapped around her neck, she actually looked pretty well, and she began crying like as soon as she came out. So that was a really good sign. She didn't have any problems, thank God. And she weighed 8 pounds and 1 ounce, and she was 21.5 inches long. And I had her at 155, so it honestly went pretty quickly. I got 2 hours of skin to skin, which I think is really important to do. And then after that, I let her dad hold her, and then my Aunt Melinda hold her, and everything went pretty well. And I'm really blessed to say that. Here's some pictures and videos from the day she was born.
She's got that little bit of that tone.
You did an amazing job.
With her eyes all open.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. Bye guys.